Hi, how are ya? It's Travis here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Last episode, we went to Undercity to deliver the Crown of Will to Charlindra, and she rewarded us with a new neck piece called the Ethereal Talisman, which was an upgrade from our last neck piece, which was very nice. And we also got some Strangle Kelp from the auction house, which will allow us to make some more potions, because we want to be able to create some more agility pots and some more greater defense pots. Might pick up some leaded vials while we're here. And the plan is today is to pick up a quest in Undercity and then embark on that quest. Start questing in Kalimdor again, because we have been in the Eastern Kingdoms for quite some time. And I kind of want to switch it up a little bit, because we might be falling behind on some quests in Kalimdor. So I need some vials. I'm thinking about buying some, like 20 leaded vials. Okay, looks like we'll buy 10. Do they stack only in 10s? Oh, 20. That's good. So there we go. We got 40 leaded vials, which is nice. Which means we'll be able to make 10 of each, I would say. Which is good. Not too bad. That should keep us buffed up for quite some time, as long as we need the buffs. So let's move out here. We're in the Valley of Honor. So we'll move this window up here. Show you how much all the spam in Orgrimmar that we get. Looks like we have a quest here with the Belgrum Rockfall.
And thunder.
A threat in Feralas. Feralas is an ideal location for an accomplished druid to prove himself. A tribe of ogres called the Gorduni are the dominant military force there, and their numbers are growing. They must be stopped before they threaten our presence in Feralas. A warrior I know of named Rockoran resides at Camp Mohache in Feralas. Go to her. She will tell you more of the situation when you arrive. So I guess we have to go to Camp Mohache. Hopefully I said that right. I think the J is silent. But we will head over to that camp and we will speak with Rockoran. There it is. Threaten Feralas. So we have to go to Camp Mohache. I do not know if I have Camp Mohache as a flight point, so we might have to travel there from another location, which I don't mind. I know we have the flight point in Desolus, which is just north of Feralas. So if we do not have the flight point to Feralas, I guess we'll just go to Desolus and we'll move south. And then we'll deal with these ogres. So let's try to find the Zep here. Got the Midsummer Festival going on. That's why you see all this fire stuff. All these fire pits everywhere and wreaths. Also, a buff drops in Orgrimmar. Whenever somebody hands in a Midsummer Festival quest, you get I believe, a 30 stamp buff.
What do you need?
Which is pretty nice. So it looks like we do not have Feralas, which is right over here. We can either go to Thousand Needles and then up to Feralas, or we can go to Shadowprey Village and then south. I think we'll go to Shadowprey Village. I think it'll be a little bit faster. I don't know. Both are pretty quick. I know you can get to Feralas from either here or here. And I believe Camp Mohache is this little... Yeah, there it is right there. So maybe it would have been closer to go to Freewind Post. Yeah, it's probably closer to go to Freewind Post. The thing is, if we went to... Eventually, we have to go to the Shimmering Flats again. We have a lot of quests to hand in there as well. And then just south of the Shimmering Flats is Gadgetstan. And there's a quest we picked up yesterday called Into the Field, where we have to speak with Chief Engineer Bilgewizzle in Gadgetstan about getting a power source for the testing kit. So eventually when we go there, we'll have to speak with him. We also picked up a quest called Lines of Communication. So when we go back to the Eastern Kingdoms, we go to the hinterlands again. We'll have to burn these High Vale records, High Vale reports, and High Vale notes. Because the High Elves there seem to have some information that the undead do not want the High Elves having. Looks like people are trying to sell Zul'Gurub runs. Those seem to be very popular for mages to sell at the moment. Get around 90 to 125k XP plus 1.2k rep per hour. That is not bad at all. I think that's the awesome part about CG is not only are you getting leveled up, but you're also getting the rep as well, which allows the mages to charge you a premium for it. I assume it's around like 18 gold per run. It's pretty expensive, but it's worth it. If you got the gold, might as well use it. It's a lot of XP and rep per hour. I assume you can do around 3 to 4 runs an hour, so they're making close to they're making close to 200 gold an hour doing this, or maybe over 200 gold an hour, especially if they have a full group going. So you think about it, they have 4 other members. That's around 72 gold per run, which is not bad. And they get 3 runs, it's like 216 gold, I believe. 218 gold per hour. Maybe if they could squeeze in that 4th run, it's almost 300 gold. That's insane. I think 3 is more reasonable, though. Especially if you don't want to have a lockout, I guess. It's like we're flying over to Thunderbluff right now. Haven't been to Mulgore in quite some time. This is where it all began for Flag Carrier. It's been a long journey. I think I've said this a lot, but I like this zone. It's like the most peaceful zone in the game, I think. I like Thunderbluff. It's a cool city. It's like a giant city on a mountain. Hard to attack, that's for sure. Remember Alliance at the beginning of the server tried to get up on the elevator, and they came up, they just got blown up. Right there at the choke point. It's a really hard city to attack, especially without flying. So I think flying kind of ruins WoW. It makes the world so small. I know a lot of people love flying mounts. They look cool and all. But once they came into the game, the world really shrunk. Which is why I enjoy when the new expansions come out that you have to earn flying later on in the expansion through achievements. I think they're taking that out of the game. It used to just be give the flight master some gold and then you can fly right away, which I'm not too much of a fan of because it just shrinks the world, you know. Kind of enjoy a couple of patches where players are kind of forced to explore and at least use ground mounts for some time. Well, we're already in Deathless, guys. It's pretty quick. Haven't been here in a while either. Here's all the centaurs. The Magram. They don't like me too much. Believe these are the guys we are hated by. Let's check our reputation here. Yeah, the Magram clan is hostile to us. The Gelkis we are friendly with. I think we're still trying to increase our rep with the Gelkis. Look at this Tauren, level 60. Riding on his Kodo. Looks like he has a Rallying and the Dragon Slayer buff on. Nixia buff. Wish I picked one of those up while I was in Orgrimmar. I haven't gotten lucky enough to pick up any of the Nixia buffs or the Rend buffs or Chief's Blessing while I've been in Orgrimmar during this Let's Play. Those really help with leveling. Give you a lot of crit and attack power. Even a little bit of health as well. So if you're ever leveling, just wait in Ogremar for a little bit. Maybe you'll catch one of those buffs. Especially if you're not doing anything. Alright, well we're here. Haven't been here in quite some time. Shadow Prey Village. Kinda reminds me of the Raven Tusk Village in Hinterlands. These two tribes are quite similar. They like to live on the coast. Seems to be a popular thing for trolls to live on the coast. I guess they like to fish. So let's roll out here. Looks like we're going to go south. Right down here. There's a little path where we're going to walk to. We'll make our way to Feralas. Maybe we will get into some PvP fights. There's a bunch of dungeons in Feralas called Dire Maul. There's Dire Maul North, Dire Maul West, and Dire Maul East. Those are all, I believe, level 55 plus dungeons. I think you can do them at level 50, maybe. But, yeah, those dungeons are all pretty tough. Not that easy, but not that hard either. But at this level, where I'm at, they're pretty tough. If you're level 60, they're quite easy. Okay, I want to make sure I'm going the right way here. I wonder what that is over there. Is that where we have to go? I don't think it is. What is that? See that? Oh, the Gelkis. They're cool with us. That's awesome. You can ride right by the Gelkis. This is like a Gelkis spot. That's cool that the Gelkis are cool with us. Like, oh, look, it's Flag Carrier. He's a cool guy. He's not bad. He's helped us with the McGram. Wonder what's in there, though. It's probably the king of the Gelkis. Or the leader of the Gelkis, that is. The Centaur are kind of like the trolls, you know. There's a lot of them out in the world. But, there's a lot of tribes and they just don't agree with each other. A lot like the trolls. But if they ever grouped up, they would be a large threat to Azeroth, that's for sure. They could be their own faction if they were somehow able to cooperate with each other. It'd be cool to play as one of those guys. It'd be weird, though. Play as a centaur. Kind of feel like you're a mount all the time. Like a centaur mage. Imagine blinking as a centaur mage. Be pretty troll. I don't know, it would just look weird. Well, this is our first time in Feralas, guys. We got some XP for discovering it. Look at that. Little sprite dragon. Looks like Brightwing from Heroes of the Storm. I don't know if you guys ever played that game. It's the Blizzard MOBA. I don't want to say it didn't do too well, but it didn't stack up to the competition of Dota 2 and League of Legends, which is quite hard to do. Supposedly Pokemon's coming out with the MOBA pretty soon. See how they stack up against League of Legends and Dota. Cool thing about Heroes of the Storm, though, is the games were short, and I think they were more fun. You know, it wasn't as mechanics-based as League of Legends and Dota was. It's more objective-based. I had a lot of fun playing that game. Alright, well, we're moving through. I believe Camp Mohache is just over here. So we got a long ways to go. Should probably buff up. Get off the mound here quick. Buff up. Just in case we get into a little skirmish with the Alliance. You never know what can happen when you're on the roads to Feralas. We could see somebody go into Dire Maul. That always happens. There's also buffs you can get in Dire Maul North. I get them for every raid pretty much. And there's like 3 buffs you can get. One that helps spell crit, One gives you attack power and another that gives you stamina. It's pretty nice. Nice to have during raid. I usually take off the one that gives me spell crit because I am a warrior. So I don't really benefit from spell crit that much. Look at us go. We're flying on this mount. There's this trinket I want to get called Carrot on a Stick. Eventually we will try to get it. Increases your mount speed by 5%. I believe it's 5. Yeah, it's 5%. Anything higher than that would be a little bit overpowered. But it's a really good trinket to have. I just want one trinket. I was going to... It's crazy. Last episode we looked at the trinkets. Life-giving gems pretty much stayed at 70 gold. And then that Uther's trinket that was like 25 gold went up to 100 gold. I was shocked. I wish I bought and put it on the auction house. I doubt it'll sell for 100 gold. It's not that great of a trinket. 2% chance for a holy shield to go around your character's body. It's not that the proc rate sounds pretty low. You know, only 2%. That's really low. You know, it just seemed like a waste. Like, at least with life-giving gem, I have a pretty much a healing potion as a trinket that also gives me 10 health every, I think it's 5 health every 10 seconds, or it's 10 health every 5 seconds or something like that. It's pretty good. It's like a small hot. It's not a big hot, but it's a consistent hot on your character. And there was this other trinket that did some sort of damage blast. I was thinking about picking that up, but it was like 40 gold. I only have 55 gold right now. I kind of want to save up for life-giving gem. We'll keep looking on the auction house, though, for a trinket. Eventually, we will have Carrot on a Stick. And then we'll just... Maybe we'll do a quest with Chain where I get a trinket. That'd be nice. Right up there is, I believe, is Dire Maul. To the north there. That's the Dire Maul entrance. Tons of ogres in there. The ogres are everywhere, guys. It's another race I don't really understand. They seem to be a lot like the Centaur. And also the Trolls. They're not a unified front. They're all, you know, a bunch of clans, small little clans. And there seems to be large numbers of ogres. They're all over Azeroth, both in Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor. Okay, well we've fallen off the road here. Looks like we're in a camp. I don't know what this place is. Oh my gosh, this is a Grim Totem Shaman. Doesn't seem to be too nice of a guy. I remember the Grim Totem. I think they were in the Thousand Needles as well. One of the Grim Totem leaders stole one of these Torns we met's sister, and we had to save his sister from her crazy Grim Totem boyfriend. We did that for him. Oh, look at that. Got a gnome rogue here. We would kind of be silly to run by him there. It's like a little gnome with an eye patch. He's gonna troll us a bit, I think. Will he take us out? His name's Shivani. There's Camp Mahache right here. I don't know. I think this guy's waiting for people with buffs to come out, and then he stealths up and slays them, right? While they're on their way to Dire Maul to get their buffs. So Belgrom sent you. You're just in time, Torn. Let me explain the situation, and then you can decide if you are up to the challenge. But if Belgrom sent you, I am sure your courage is unquestionable. So we found Rockoran, just walking up and down. the road here. Looks like she has another quest for us, the Ogres and Feralas. Eventually we'll speak with her again. This has been a long journey, so I think Flag Carrier should get some rest before he goes out and fights some ogres. I believe this is the inn here. Camp Mahache. I'm gonna make sure I
Looking for something special?
make this in my home. There we go. We have a new home. Camp Mahache. We've made it, guys. And we're going to be hanging out here for a little bit and questing, checking out Feralas, see what it's all about. But that's the end of the episode, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.